Okay. So today we're going to be dividing polynomials. There's two types we're going to look at today. We're going to look at a polynomial divided by a monomial. That doesn't mean a lot to us unless we come up with an example. So can somebody give me an example of a polynomial? Cricket. Polynomial. Give me x squared plus 2 is a binomial. X squared plus, how about 2x plus 3? There's a polynomial. Divided by a monomial, which would be just like 2x. Over here, let's use the same polynomial for the numerator. X squared plus 2x plus 3, and divide it by a binomial, like 2x, oh, well, but 2x plus 3x is 5x. How about 2x plus 3? Because you can't add those together. What's the difference between these two? Okay, other than their color. The bottom one over here in the denominator has two terms. This one only has one term, correct? Okay. Okay, so a polynomial over a monomial. Take a second to look at this. This is written here. These two things are the same thing. This is written horizontally, and this is written vertically. But as you read it, no matter which way it's written, it reads the same way. The quantity of 3 times q cubed minus 6 times q, all divided by 3. All divided by 3. All divided by 3. So talk with your shoulder partner about what's different about these two and why is this one incorrect. Okay, Levi, why don't you share? Why is this incorrect?
No, that wasn't.
What were you going to say?
Why is that one incorrect?
Why is it incorrect?
Yeah.
Can somebody share why it's incorrect? Because 6 is left out. Doesn't this say everybody's divided by 3? Well, look, that's not fair. 6 didn't get divided by 3. That's why they did over here. You can't do this because if you do, you're saying that 6 gets left out. 6 doesn't get divided by 3. And clearly, both of them are being divided by 3. Correct? Yes, sir. You can. I'm saying this isn't, well, they only took a 3 out of one of them, not both of them. Showing an example of why it's incorrect. Okay, we're going to look at this a couple different ways, though. All right, so this is where I need you guys to, Jesse, show them. Follow the rock, right? So, 984, you don't need to do this, just watch. Jesse, help me out here. How do I do this? Verbally explain it to me.
3.
Okay, where's the 3 go? Because 3 goes into 9, right? 3 times.
Oh, minus 9.
So 3 times 3 is 9. Draw the line and change the sign. You get 0. Bring down the 8. How many times does 3 go into 8? 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Draw the line and change the sign. Bring down the 4. 8. And what will we say about this one? But there's no remainder. Okay, easy, right? What about this one?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, huh? So, 13 doesn't go into 9, right? But 13 goes into 91. So nothing's going to go here. There's nothing. It's like a place of 0. How many times does 13 go into 91? Let's try 7. Now, most of you would do this, right? No more of this.
Why?
What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Open your mind. Okay. I need you guys to keep your minds open for a second. All right, but nothing. Okay? What do you multiply first when you do this? You multiply the ones place. Let's multiply the ones place. 7 times 3 is 21. Where would I put that 2 if I were to do it over here? On top of the 1. I'm going to do the same thing. Now which place am I going to do? The tens place and the ones place, right? What's 7 times 1? Plus 2? How did you find the 7 when you did it this way?
Why did you start guessing and just put it and we'll get closer?
You do the same thing.
Why
Tell them.
Is
Is that you have to do the ones place and the tens place? Because it gets really hard when you've got variables. Tell them! Tell them it gets hard!
It does get hard.
It gets hard, you guys. So I'm going to teach you how to do the easy stuff with what you already know how to do.
It's not any different than...
It's no different than what you've been doing so far, right?
So it doesn't matter.
Because when we use variables, you're not going to want to do your variables on the side. You're going to want to keep it nice and neat and pretty. No. Yes. He feels very guilty. I know. Okay. Okay?
Television. Who made up this math?
All right, so 3x squared minus 15x. 3x squared minus 15x divided by 3x. 3x goes into 3x squared how many times? X. Would I put the x here or here? The last one, because the x goes over the 15x. So x times 3x is how much? 3x squared. What's my saying? Draw the line and change the sign. I get a 0 here, right? Bring down the negative 15x. 3x goes in negative 15x how many times? Negative 5. But there's nothing there. What goes here? 0. There's nothing there. Negative 5 times 3x is how much? Negative 15x. Draw the line. Change the sign. 0. We're done. So 3x squared minus 15x plus 0 divided by 3x is just x minus 5. Why did I write it so far?
Yeah.
Because it's got to be above the x's in the x column. I'm putting it in the x column, and this one is in the constant column. What about the 3? Nothing times 3x is going to make. Right, you see it? This goes over this, this goes over this. There is no x squared, because if I were to multiply x squared times 3x, I would get 3x cubed. That wouldn't help me. Very good?
Yeah.
It's just like this. You put the 7 over the 1 because there's only one 7, right? It's the same thing. We're talking about places. The ones place and the tens place.
Kind of hard.
Okay. Let's try another one. 4p squared. I'm going to move all this, actually. P squared minus 18p. What else goes here? A 0, because we need a place marker there, right? And 2p. 2p goes into 4p squared how many times? 2p. I'm going to put it above in the p column. Because it doesn't go there.
Oh my gosh.
No, it doesn't make sense. It's not a p squared, it's a p. It goes above the p because it's in that place value. Pretend like that's the hundreds place, that's the tens place, and that's the ones place. It goes in the tens place. There's a reason, because these are going to get harder. Okay? So I'm trying to do the hard stuff with the easy ones first. Okay, so 2p times 2p is 4p squared. Draw the line. Change the sign. What comes down now? Negative 18p. 2p goes into negative 18p how many times? 9 times. We know we're done, right? Because there's no more here. That's it. So 9 times 2 is, it should be a negative 9. Makes negative 18p. Draw the line, change the sign, 0. All right. Make sure you have at least one of these written on your notes, please. One. I'm going to erase one of these because, no, you're going to get mad right now. Okay, so 2y squared minus 3y minus 9. Does 3y times what makes 2y squared? Well, there actually is something.
Oh my. Oh no. Yeah, you know.
It's okay, just follow along. Just follow along. Okay? Because 2/3 times 3 is how much? What is 2/3 y times 3y? 2y. 2y squared. Okay, so you get 2y squared. Hold on, I will show you another way. Draw a line, change the sign. Then we bring down negative 3y. That one's easy. What's that? Negative 1. Negative 1 times 3y is 3y. Draw a line, change the sign. Negative 9, what do I do with that? There's no more room. So what do we do with that?
Nothing.
It's a remainder. You don't remember remainders. Okay, check this out. 5 divided by 2. 2 times 2 is 4 with 1 left over. What do I do with that 1? It's 1 out of how many that I was trying to divide? No. 2. It's 1 out of 2. Remember, you take the 1 and you put it over the 2. It's 1 over 2. Well, doesn't that make sense? 2 divided by 5 is 2.5. So what would I do with negative 9? Negative 9 over 3y. But that can be reduced, right? It would become, isn't that negative 9 over 3y? Isn't that just like I did 1 over 2? Didn't I take that and put it over that one? I don't know. Okay. Are you guys ready for me to show you something a little bit easier with monomial? How does it simplify? Good? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, guys. The easiest way to do multiply, and the only reason I showed you this first is because we're going to do the really hard ones with the long division. But if you're only dividing by one term, just one, can't I just say I'm going to divide didn't I divide everybody by 3y?
Sure did.
Well, can't I just divide everybody by 3y this way? Do you see what I mean?
This is going to be quick.
That's going to interfere with your workout program. Okay, we're not going to repeat it. So, he has 2y squared minus 3y minus 9 all divided by 3y, correct? That's writing it horizontally. This is writing it vertically. Then I said, well, if I'm going to divide everybody by 3y, can't I just divide everybody by 3y? Everybody good? So then these cancel. The y cancels. That gets rid of this 2. These cancel. Everybody cancels, right? And this cancels with this, and you have a 3. So I'm going to rewrite it. This just becomes 2/3 y. What's this become? Negative what? 1, and this is negative 3 over y. Isn't that the same thing I have here?
Why'd you show us all the extra?
I'm going to show you right now why I showed you all the extra stuff. Okay?
Is it going to be harder again?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay. Guys, go ahead and write this one down. Right here. You don't have to do this one, just this one. No, you can't do it tomorrow. You're going to do it right now. Okay. A polynomial divided by a guys, a polynomial divided by a binomial. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to show you what it looks like with algebra child. So here's x squared plus 3x plus 2. X squared plus 3x is plus 2. You see it? Visualizing it? What? Yes, you have done it before. All right, so what would I have to drag over in order to make x times what makes x squared? And x times what makes 1x? And x times what makes x? Another 1. So the answer to this is what? X plus 2. Which kind of looks a lot like if you were to factor this. What two numbers, when I multiply, I get 2, but when I add, I get 3x? 1 and 2? Look at that. It's all tying together. Dividing polynomial, factoring, it's all the same thing. Do you guys see this? It's not always going to work out this way, though. Okay? Because I set this up for you. But sometimes you don't know you need these two to be this way and this one to be this way, right? Okay, you ready to do this? I'm sure this is Algebra 1, yes. Okay, 957. You don't have to do this. Just watch me. All right, so when I do things like this, I don't look at 33 into 957. That's too hard. I look at, I take a number off. Isn't that a lot easier? It's under the blue box. Right? Okay, doesn't that look a little bit easier? How many times does 3 go into 9? 3 times. Let's change our color. Now, if I were to try and figure out, let's take this. What am I going to multiply first? When you multiply 33 times 3, what do you multiply first? The ones place, right? So 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 3 is, uh-oh, that's not going to work. Why? Right? It would be the same thing if you did it this way, right? And you'd realize, oh, I can't multiply by 3, I got to multiply by what? 2. There's another problem here. Does the 2 go here?
Yeah, I can.
No, because 33 doesn't go into 9. 33 goes into 95. twice. So it would be 66. Draw the line and change the sign. What's 15 minus 6? 9. Borrow from the 9. That's 8. What's 8 minus 6? 2. Does 33 go into 29? No, so I got to bring 7 down. Well, I don't want to look at 33 into 297. I just want to look at how much 3 goes into 29. How much does it go in? 9 times. So 9 times 3, I'm going to do the ones place first, correct? Let's do it. Let's make pretty. So 9 times 3 is, 27. Let's do the next one in red. Green? Red. Okay, sounds good. Alright, and 9 times, now I'm going to do the tens place. Right? I don't like that. Nine times 3 is 27, plus the 2, 29. I did it again. So now we just have to draw the line, change the sign. Draw the line, change the sign, 0. So 957 divided by 33 is 29. Let's use the same method. We're going to do this now. Are you guys scared? You shouldn't be. Alright, so I have x squared plus 3x plus 2 and x plus 1. I want you to treat this like this is the ones place and this is the tens place. Isn't 33 30 plus 3? So isn't x plus 1? Couldn't I write it just like I write that? Let's go with it and let's see what happens. Okay. So, how many times, what did I do over here? What did I cover up? Didn't I cover up everything else? So x goes into x how many times? X. Would I put the x in the hundredths place? No, x is going to go in the tens place. I'm going to uncover this. Okay, when you multiply, what do you multiply by? You multiply by the... What? No. By the ones place first. You multiply by the ones place first. So what am I going to multiply? Uh-oh. Hold on. I just lost. So x times 1 is x. So we're going to do this one first. And I'm losing power. Give me a second. All right. Please. Okay. Almost there, attempting to connect. What a horrible time for it to mess up on me. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So x times 1 is x. That's obviously going to go in the x column, right? Next one. Tens place. X times x is x squared. That goes right underneath the x squared. Draw the line and change the sign. So what's 3x minus x? 2x. This is just 0, so what do I need to bring down? Bring down a positive 2. Okay, so remember what we did? We ignore everything else. X goes into 2x how many times? What am I going to multiply first? The ones column. What's 2 times 1? What's 2 times x? Draw the line. Change the sign. What's my remainder? So x squared plus 3x plus 2 divided by x plus 1 is x plus 2. It's not really that hard.
It really is.
Okay, so copy this one down, and then we'll try another one. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's try another one. I'm not going to do this one. I'm just going to do this one. So I have 3x squared plus 9x minus 15, all divided by x plus 5. So what am I going to concentrate on first, Levi? What am I going to cover up?
You're going to cover up I'm going to find
The 5, and what else?
And then you're going to cover up the last two.
Awesome. Why is there so much talking? Okay, Levi, how many times? X times what makes 3x squared? 3x. So, and what am I going to multiply first? I've got to multiply 3x times x plus 5. You usually multiply the ones placed first, correct? So 3x times 5 is 15x. And 3x times x is 3x squared. Draw the line. Change the sign. So 9x minus 15x is how much? Negative 6x. Bring down the negative 15. X goes into negative 6x how many times? X times what makes negative 6x?
Oh, wait.
Negative 6. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. And negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Draw the line. Change the sign. I get positive 15. I have no more room to bring anything down, so that's my remainder. So I get 15 over x plus 5. That's my remainder.
Is it all about this?
Yeah.